Bon, du coup, tu as suivi un peu je dirais les derniers résultats, les classements de NBA?
Ouais.
Parce que là, aujourd'hui, le top 3 par le bas, on est sur...
Ouais. Spurs, Détroit.
Alors, sur la Ligue,
Et Houston.
dans l'ordre, Houston,
tout en bas.
30e, Détroit 29e, Charlotte 28e.
Hype is something that I associate with a circus barker that's trying to inflate something and trying to puff up something to sell. There's no hype with this. This is fact.
Je veux finir sur une île, non je ne veux pas d'une autre. T'es qu'un mirage, donc je retourne faire ses milles. Tu sais que je mange pas les miettes, je prends pas au miracle.
Hey now, Victor Wembanyama throws it down.
Gosh, he looks like someone who is kind of a product of what the new Hooper is supposed to look like. Seen him take 1-foot runners from three, blocking 6 shots, dunking everything. Like, it's incredible.
Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien.
I don't know what his nickname is.
Future, the future.
Oh, he definitely the future.
Yeah, he's like the 2K creative player. Every point guard that wants to be 7 foot.
7'5", French basketball phenom Victor Wembanyama is an intoxicating prospect.
This is the cheat code. This is not fair.
The 19-year-old possesses a unique 5-tool skill set rarely seen in the NBA, a combination of size, athletic ability, handles, shooting range, and defense.
Punched out of here. Wembanyama says no, no, no.
I was probably born with a will to do things differently, and I kept that willpower to not letting sometimes coaches put me in a box so I can really express myself and perform the way I want.
Vic's game is it's unique in itself. Imagine Rudy Gobert being mixed with a little bit of Kevin Durant, being mixed with a little bit of Dirk. These are things that you do on your video games as a kid, you know, growing up.
We may think of him as one of the best players to ever live when he's all said and done, if he stays healthy.
Wembanyama grew up just outside of Versailles, about 40 minutes from Paris, and started playing organized basketball at 7 years old. His mother, Elodie, played professional basketball in France, and his father, Felix, was a track and field athlete. However, Wembanyama's game was carefully crafted by his coaches, which included studying instructional videos from basketball legend Pistol Pete Maravich.
If I'm dribbling the ball up here, see, I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. If I dribble the ball down here, see, in this area right here, I'm not gonna make as many mistakes. That's why. You understand? Okay, now, let's go. Ready? Through.
Les vidéos, c'est moi qui les regardais, en fait. Et après, je montrais aux joueurs, puisqu'à l'époque, je faisais les démonstrations. Ouais, je pense qu'il y a des très bonnes choses à prendre en termes de dextérité, d'agilité. Victor avait déjà le goût de la technique et le goût de la dextérité. Ce que moi j'ai fait, c'est qu'on a travaillé dessus.
He made everyone do the same drills. He didn't accept me to be worse than any other players just because I was taller. Really, it helped for development.
In 2019, Wembanyama made his pro debut at the age of 15, playing for Nanterre 92 in the Eurocup League.
Playing professional basketball in Europe is kind of special because there's really high expectations. I've always been the young guy. I realized that if I'm aggressive, they got no way to stop me except to foul.
You're literally playing against guys who could be your dad. To be this young and to literally get the knowledge from guys who are older and play against the physicality, play against the schemes that coaches come up against them is something that I think definitely prepare them for the next level.
Oh, il va prendre sur un pied, ça tombe dedans! Et avec la faute en plus!
For the last 3 seasons, Wembanyama has been playing in Pro A France, the highest tier French pro basketball league. This year, he's leading the league in points per game, rebounds, and blocks.
In the old days, when there was breakdown drills for skill work, coaches would say, all right, guards on this end, big guys on the other. Those days are over. And I think the international players that, frankly, were ahead of American basketball in having all players do everything.
He's growing up now watching KD and seeing Steph and seeing Giannis. Instead of him saying, okay, because I'm 7'3" or 7'4", I don't want to just sit in the post. Now I want to get out and work on my handles 3 days a week. And then the other 3 days I want to work all on shooting, and then I want to work on building my body. So you have the ability to see more, and people are not putting a cap on what you can become.
Wembanyama top, throwing it down.
With Kevin Durant, he's the player that I watch the most. For the fadeaways and moving shots after dribble, he really does an incredible job of placing his body, going to his spot. This is something that I discovered over the past couple of years. It's almost like he's the only player in the world to do that.
Je crois qu'on est en train de travailler aussi sur la soirée de la loterie. On peut organiser un truc sympa avec tes proches, ta famille.
Ah, ce serait cool. Hein.
Parce que ce soir-là, voilà. C'est un soir déjà un premier événement.
Il n'y a qu'à partir de ce soir-là que je pourrais montrer si je suis content ou pas de...
I don't think we have any leverage. Basketball God will decide who's gonna get this first pick.
When you talk about LeBron James, it's been a runaway freight train. The Express with hype. It has started 2 years ago. He was on the cover last year of Sports Illustrated.
He's the best high school player I've ever seen. He's better than Kobe Bryant at this stage. He is a man right now.
The buzz for LeBron was at a higher level, frankly, because he's an American player and there was so much coverage here. But I have thought about, you put Victor now and an 18-year-old LeBron James now, and put them side by side and say, who do you take between the two? It'd be a really hard choice. But I tend to think that in today's game, you might favor Victor a little bit.
We have never seen something like that before. You got to get ready for this kid. He's gonna be really good.
This got to be the biggest game I'm playing in my life. I'm curious to know how's it gonna go.
Wembanyama played his first basketball games in the U.S. during a 2-game series against G League Ignite in Las Vegas last fall.
Wembanyama turnaround from the elbow. That's unguardable.
Vic went crazy.
Victor Wembanyama drills a deep three.
Did you see his stat line? Did you see the stat line? I think he hit like 6 or 7 threes.
Victor Wembanyama, 7 threes, 37 points.
I think I scored 36 and 37 in this game. I never scored even 36 in France. The game is so... Everyone stepping in the paint is just so hard to score in here. That just confirmed that the thoughts I had about the NBA games. I think it fits my game so well. I love playing these games. I feel like I got so much to express on the courts. I'm excited to. I know I got a lot to show. I feel like I deserve it, so I'm not gonna be surprised by all this attention. If I was stunned or amazed by all this, it would mean that I'm satisfied with it, and I'm not.
Joe, turn around, Joe. Turn around. Let's get a pic. All right, what y'all say? Say unique. Let's get a pic. Unique. There it is. All right, big dog.
The most important thing, stay true to the game. I believe I always talk about like the game gods. And if you disrespect the game gods, then karma is a mug. Stay even keel and just continue to work. I think it'll all work out for you.
I want to build something that eventually is going to be remembered, but it's more about building every day, adding a little piece to the building every day. This is how you build something great. My next goal is to be the #1 pick. I've seen French players go into the draft, get drafted, but never French player be the first overall draft pick.
You got a decent chance of that, I think.
I think so?
Yeah.